Welcome to part 2 of organic holiday decor. If you caught the first half of this, I did 4 projects that were made from biodegradable or recyclable materials. We had garlands made of citrus and flowers, we had a wreath, we had Japanese Hoshigaki, and I know you all are waiting for that update. Well, I've got 2 more projects for you. And then I need to dress this tree because I got it as soon as humanly possible. And then I just put lights on it and it's looking sad. So we gotta get to that also. Calling this a recycled or biodegradable project might be a little bit of a stretch. The cardstock was purchased new, although it is biodegradable, but I had to use glue. Turns out biodegradable glue is kind of a tricky thing to come across. There are some, they're not vegan, if you catch my drift. And while I am not vegan, this is kind of a touchy subject. So we're just gonna use regular old glue. In the grand scheme of things, I think this is a relatively eco-friendly project, so I'm gonna call it a win. First up, we have fluted paper ornaments. All of these pieces are based on 8.5 by 11 cardstock, but once you get a general sense of what to do, it's very easy to create your own pattern and fit it to the size you would like. Take an 8.5 by 11 piece of cardstock, mark on each side where the center point is, draw a line to connect, and then stack a second piece of paper behind and cut down the middle. Repeat again with another 2 pieces of paper. Here, I chose to do another color. You could add even more paper to this if you would like to have a fuller piece. You'll see how it's really easy to add more or do less depending on what you want the outcome to be. Take one of the pieces of paper and fold it in half so that the 5.5 inch side remains. And then fold it in half once more, being very careful not to shift the paper so it is exactly center, if that makes sense. On the side that does not have the fold, find the center point at 2 3/4 inches. Using a ruler firmly planted down and an X-Acto knife, cut diagonal lines from the corner to the midpoint on each side. You may have to do several passes to cut through all of the pieces of paper, so make sure that ruler doesn't budge. You could also draw this line with a pencil and cut it out with scissors. You just won't have as straight of edges. Repeat this step with all of the pieces of paper. You'll be left with 16 large diamond shapes. Set the other pieces aside as we will use them for 2 more ornaments. Take each diamond shape and glue the corners together, keeping the fold on the existing fold line. Press down with a weight and repeat with each piece. I tried using Elmer's glue in my initial trial pieces, but I wound up switching to tacky glue because it dried a little bit faster and it was more precise with the tip. Once dry, separate into 2 equal piles. Starting with half, glue each piece together on the fold. Alternating colors if you are using 2. Be sure to wipe off any oozing glue. Press under weight while you repeat with the second pile. Let it all dry again. Put some string long enough to come down about halfway on each side and still have a loop at the top to hang from. Take one glued stack, run some glue along the edge, and place one end of the string down. Place the second stack on top and let dry under weight once more. To finish off the ornament, glue the longest edge once again. Place the other end of the string down. Open the ornament to bring the other edge to the glue. Use 2 paper clips to secure and let dry. With the leftovers from the initial cut, you will have been left with 2 kinds of pieces. There are equilateral triangles that have a fold down the center, and the solo triangles that don't have a fold that are maybe called a scalene triangle? Who remembers geometry? Not me. Actually, I don't think I ever took geometry. Somehow I missed that. Self-taught geometrist over here. With the folded equilateral triangles, I decided to glue them at their base. And on the second round of gluing, I put the glue on the folded edge, just like we did in the last one. Is geometrist a word? I don't think so. Anyway, all of the same steps were repeated. And this gave me a conical kind of tree-like shape. For the scalene pieces, because that's what we're gonna call them, I decided to glue them at their longest side. The second glue series was at the point across from the longest side. The result was a squat little diamond shape. As you can see, once you know the basic method, it's quite easy to repeat. I made a long oval shape by cutting semicircle pieces. I made a true circle, or sphere, by cutting a semicircle with my compass. Let me know in the comments which one was your favorite, or if you have any fun ideas about what you are going to do. Well, I'm sure you're all dying to know what happened with my Hoshigaki. It was tragic. They all got moldy. All of them, except one.
This is my sole surviving persimmon. Everything else got super moldy. It's really hard to keep it on this and see what's going on, but it's developed its skin. And give it a little bit of a massage.
I don't know how to tell if it's ready, so we'll keep you updated on that. But I've never done well with failure, so I had to try again. Last time I used little barbecue skewers for the ones that didn't have stems, and I think they might have had a little rust on them, which may have caused the persimmons to mold from the inside. Of course, the ones that were just tied up with string also molded, and the sole surviving one is on barbecue skewer. They don't have any real hardcore evidence to support that. However, the new persimmons I bought did not have stems to hang them on. So I got myself some stainless steel screws and I sanitized them in boiling water and I drilled them into my peeled fruit. And this time I remembered to dip the persimmons into boiling water as well, which hopefully will help with the mold situation. I've kept them centered in the window because I think some of them were not getting enough direct sunlight. And I made them lower this time in hopes that they can get better airflow when I open the window. We'll just have to see. Make sure you're following me on Instagram at the Leopard Lodge so that you can stay up to date on this whole Hoshigaki process. On to the last project, the paper mache bowl. I don't know that this is holiday specific decor, but it's decor, and I'm going to use it in my holiday styling. So let's just go with it. I've seen this project a few times on YouTube, but the person making it is always mixing the paper mache with Mod Podge or like drywall compound. And I wanted to see if it was possible to do it completely biodegradable with good old-fashioned flour paste. To make a bowl, you're gonna need to tear up a lot of paper, like a lot of paper. If you have a paper shredder, you should use it. Of course, you can pop on some TV and just sit there and watch it while you shred up paper like I did. Listen to a podcast, practice your Spanish, or whatever language you're learning. I don't know. I only chose scrap paper that didn't have any writing on it, like brown paper shopping bags. There was like paper that something I ordered online came packaged in, just kind of like packing paper. So I didn't use any like newspaper or anything like that because I wanted to keep the color a natural brown, since I wasn't going to be painting the piece because then it would no longer be biodegradable. Once your bowl of shredded paper is getting full, you can pour some hot water over it, and then that will shrink it down and let you keep going. When you're finished ripping all of that paper apart, pour more hot water on top and leave it to soak for a couple of hours. I saw someone else on YouTube use an egg beater to blend their paper into pulp, and that did not work for me. I don't know if my paper was too thick or what, but no, it didn't work. So yeah, I put paper in my blender, which felt wrong, very wrong. But it's not food safe, right? Oh no. It's overheated. Hope I didn't break my Vitamix. It definitely overheated my blender though. For a moment there, I was pretty concerned about my Vitamix because that thing is precious to me. But it's okay. It just needed to take a little break. All good. We got there eventually. Set your pulp aside. For the flour glue, measure out the amount of water that you want to equal the amount of paste that you will end up with, if that makes sense. So if you want like about a cup of paste, you should put in about a cup of water, more or less. Whisk flour into this until you get consistency that is a little bit runnier than pancake batter. And that's basically, that's it. That's all you need. It's ready to go. Strain and squeeze your pulp of any excess water. Place in a bowl, add your flour paste, and mix it up.
It's like beef ragu.
Choose an existing bowl that you already own to be your mold. Something with fairly smooth edges is ideal. Cover it with plastic wrap, which does seem counterintuitive, but otherwise you're never gonna get it off. So if you know of a less wasteful way to do this, let me know in the comments. I thought about oiling it, but I just wasn't sure. Basically, you're just gonna take the pulp and paste mixture and create a layer on top of the bowl. You wanna make sure that you're kind of squeezing it all together, filling in any gaps, making sure it all kind of stays together. You'll probably be squeezing out some of the water, but you don't wanna squeeze out all of the water because then it's not really gluing together. It's kind of just a go for it kind of an experiment. I mean, at this point, I was pretty convinced that this wasn't gonna work. I'm not gonna lie. I was like, yep, I'm absolutely crazy. I'm wasting my time. What am I doing? Anyway, I carried on. I did a couple more little bowls just to give it a shot. I even got so scared that I took some Mod Podge and I put it in the last bit of mixture and did a Mod Podge one just to make sure I got something out of it. And then I left everything to dry for a couple of days and it worked. It did. They all worked. I have multiple little bowls. One of them has Mod Podge in it. Then you just leave it to dry for a couple of days. Yes, days. And let it get some sunshine because that is really gonna help it along. But don't leave it outside overnight and then it kind of gets misty and dewy and then it extends the drying process because that is what I accidentally did and it's not a good idea. And you've got yourself this cool organic looking bowl that you can style however you'd like, or you can give it away as a gift. You might want to put something in it though, so it doesn't just look like a weird cardboard bowl. You could also, of course, paint this. I just wanted it to be totally biodegradable. There may be some biodegradable paints, but they were not at the ready for me, so didn't get to those. Okay, let's get this tree decorated. Okay, that's all folks. Please give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. We've got lots more holiday content coming down the pipeline. And I will see you all in the next one. Bye.